Bam! A nice customer called Paul came in wanting this lovely chef's knife by Sharpening. I love the elegant lines on the blade. But this workhorse of a knife is not sharp. Quick check under the microscope to see what it looks like. It is clearly rough on the edge with lateral moving wear patterns, which is not good. Enhance, further zoom, and we can see how chipped and dinged the edge really is. Core blimey, you could go hiking through those peaks and valleys. Onto the test using a BESS test medium. 508 grams of pressure to snap. This is terrible. Let's see how we can get this down. I'm sure Paul washes his cutlery, but it's standard practice to give all tools a good clean down. And I'll do this with isopropyl alcohol. Removes any dirt, grease and even soap residue. It evaporates really fast too, giving a perfect starting point to put on my stones. Whip out my 320 stone and start by flattening it. This is rubbing a flattening stone over the stone to make it all smooth and flat. I'll then go along on this coarse stone to get a more level starting. It quickly smooths and evens out the blade to a more refined straight edge. Once that's done, I move to the 1000 stone. This will be to refine that edge to make it sharp. Just like before, I start by flattening my stone. You don't see it in the video, but there is a lot more to this part. A lot of half strokes, and this back and forth on each side is the end of this process. Moving up in the world to the 5000 stone. Flatten it as we did the others. Quick check under the magnifying glass to check my progress. It's all looking nice and sharp now. Test it on some legal paperwork that I probably should have read, but this is much more fun. Now the blade is sharp, we can really hone it in. I was doing the back and forth on each side, keeping it even to make sure the blade is apexed. I can feel that curve towards the tip is not quite as smooth, so I do a few half strokes on this section to smooth it out quicker. This is where you run the knife forwards and backwards on the stone, doing a leading and trailing stroke. Going back to single direction full strokes. Finishing on the stone, I want to make sure no burrs are left, so I run some leading strokes really gently over the stone. I'll leave the water running onto the stone, as I'm not trying to make them slurry. Slurry is the black build-up you see on the stones while I've been sharpening. This is particles or the knife that are being removed by the stone, and they help the abrasiveness while sharpening. Wiped and cleaned off, and a quick visual inspection to see if I can see any burr, and that the bevel is looking even all along. Now we move to the stropping side of things. I started with the 5000 honing compound to match the stone. Halfway through my battery died, and I didn't record, but I did swap it to an 8000 honing compound to finish off, taking over to the test again. And we must have done something right, as it is now on 22.5 grams to cut. This is lovely and sharp. Let's have a look under the microscope now. And wow, look at that shiny surface and straight edge of the bevel. Enhance the zoom some more, and we can see how uniform it is. As this knife is a workhorse of a knife and still sharp as anything, this will more than do for chopping up some nice tender chops. Here is the before and after side by side. Thanks for watching.